Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy.
Hey, Greg, you getting ready for the big move?
You bet, Andy. It means we have to get up a lot earlier with the new time slot.
What are you talking about?
Well, we're moving to a new hour, 5.
Yeah, but why does that mean we have to get up a lot earlier?
Because it's 5, Andy.
AM, Greg. That's 5 in the AM.
Oh.
You didn't really think...
No, just do halftime, Andy.
Oh, my God, you did.
Just do your job, Andy.
Oh, I just want to give you a hug right now. Oh, but I'm a professional, so I'll wait till we get home.
Just do your job.
You are just adorable.
It's a night of miscommunication.
Yes.
It really is.
It really is. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Oh, look, it's like 2 princes.
Two princes who adore you, America.
Yes.
Send royalty checks.
Racist juror, or is she? Mick, you said you can't figure out if the judge is trying to send a message that it's not okay to be racist or it's not okay to lie, which is the point, actually. As Greg pointed out, if she's being honest and she really does feel that way, don't you think she's got a case against the judge? Like, he can't punish her for that.
I believe so. I mean, he could excuse her from jury duty,
right.
But I don't think you put a racist on the jury
right.
indefinitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, he's telling her she has to come to selection every day knowing she's not going to be picked.
Oh, so she's not actually going to serve on a jury?
No, she's just hanging out there.
Oh, she just has to hang out there.
Yeah.
It was like me when I played Little League. I would just show up, and I would never...
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you'd be a plate.
They wouldn't even cut me. They just wanted me to go because I was racist.
You know what the problem? Here's the problem with this judge.
What?
They're all getting creative and doing this cult of personality thing because they want their own daytime show.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah. Political correctness.
Yes.
I want to ask.
Yeah.
Were you happy when they did away with the guys choosing teams and went to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where you would get picked by number?
That didn't happen to me. I was always choosing.
You were always choosing. Okay.
No.
That's a lonely feeling
Guys,
when you're the last
Andy's
guy
time.
picked.
Guys,
Yeah, sorry, Andy.
Andy's
Sorry, buddy.
time.
Sorry,
okay.
Andy.
Not a problem.
Andy's time.
Chris, you said this woman is stupid, that since it's a mob trial, she should have slandered Italians. Which, yeah, is a really good point. She did also write that she had, on her jury thing, she wrote that she had a relative who was convicted of murder as a member of the Chinese shadow gangs, and the judge asked her sarcastically, why didn't you put Asians down also? And she replied non-sarcastically, maybe I should have.
I like her.
Wow.
Yep. Mick, you said the best way to avoid jury duty is to just never send back the form. I believe that's considered contempt of court, my friend.
Yeah. Color me guilty then.
Yeah. On the other hand, had you not admitted it vaguely on TV,
come on, I've seen the ratings.
I know. They don't send them via certified mail, so they can't prove you got them. But this will be all over the internet tomorrow, Mick, just because you took a shot at us. This will be. We're posting this everywhere. Yep. And also sending it to our friends at NYPD.
Wow.
Wow.
Ouch. Ouch.
This is
Crackdown.
You don't take shots at the red eye, Matt.
When have you cared about anything? Much less your
If
job.
anybody should be mad at me, it's not you, Levy, okay?
That's a good
My
point.
buddy Chris here.
I know. You shouldn't be mad at me. He's got enough to worry about being mad at you. Professor arrested for shutting down a student's laptop. I guess you could say the professor wasn't being PC.
Oh, hey.
Test pattern. Test pattern.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
We've just been canceled.
Yep. Greg, you said of Valdosta State University, that can't be real.
Yes.
In fact, it is. It was founded in 1906 after a good son of the South, name of Colonial W.S. West, helped get legislation passed through the Georgia State Senate, and Colonel West then donated the land for the university.
You know what? I knew that, and it slipped my mind.
I know. I was going to say, because we
talked about it.
this.
We talked about it at length.
Yeah.
In our, West meetings.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't know what. I'm saying.
Lauren, Greg asked you if you Lauren, Greg asked you if you believed that this was assault, and you said no. Well, first of all, he's being charged with battery, which is the actual use of force, rather than assault, which I believe is the threat of force. But that's not your fault. That's the fault of our stupid host.
Correct.
Second of all, I agree with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And especially, this student is 22 years old. She's not even a kid.
Yeah.
Good point.
No excuse.
And you're paying for this education, or your parents are.
I'm not.
No, Andy's paying.
Andy's parents are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was part of the settlement. Bill, you said you have a problem with the teacher because it's a mass media class, so any website is part of the class, but she allegedly wasn't doing class-related stuff.
It's Andy's time.
Skip all that. Gregologs. Let walk. Mick, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Greg's argument that because worse things happen to women than being told by police officers not to dress like sluts means women shouldn't march against it, while superficially pleasing and plausible, ultimately is specious.
You got to use a word that I can deal with. I can't nod my head to something I missed on my SATs.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
He's agreeing with you out of fear.
Yeah.
I got angry, man. That's the one thing that will get me angry.
Yeah, and I do agree with you. And Chris, for agreeing with Greg, you too are superficially pleasing and plausible, but ultimately specious.
Wow.
Guilty.
Bank worker fired for Facebook post, or was she? A Lloyd spokesman says that Stephanie Bond's departure had absolutely nothing to do with Facebook, that she was basically a temp worker, that the work she'd been brought in to do was finished. She was given notice before they even saw the Facebook post.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, she made it all up.
Or they're lying.
Ah.
Yeah.
Bankers would never lie, Andrew.
You choose. You choose. Lauren, you claimed you don't have any online accounts. You are aware that you're under oath.
Yeah, no, I was not aware of that.
Well, would you like to revisit the question?
The question that I'm not under oath to answering?
No, your
Whether or not I
allegation
have
that
any
you're-
social media accounts?
Yeah, at Lauren Savon.
Well, I'm sure there are other people with that name out there, Andy.
Okay.
Just like we found out earlier.
Yes, we did.
Mundo.
Thanks for reminding me of
Google
that.
is not an
I really
exact
appreciate it.
science.
Seriously, that's great. I'm going to change my name to Andy Levy.
Chris, you asked, isn't the whole point of social media...
That's why
I don't even need to say anything.
That's why I was so surprised when you said you had abs. Think you did.
I take back that waking up with a joint thing. He's never looked better.
I love him. He's a good guy.
That's more
His
of a...
Twitter
That's more
account
of a
said, yes, I'm that spin doctors guy.
yeah, that's more of a pill stare than a stoner stare, I think. Yeah. Anyway, Chris, you asked, isn't the whole point of social media to say stupid things? I thought it was to let people know you were going to the gym.
Oh, that's the other point.
Right.
Yeah.
And to let people know I am not that guy from Spin Doctors.
And to promote your band.
Which
No, you gotta
apparently
promote
I've
your
done a
band,
very
man.
bad job at.
You gotta promote your
That's
band,
not
man.
me.
Keep that MySpace account. It's still good for musicians, buddy. I am done.
Thank you, Andy. Coming up, what's it like to be fit, fabulous, and 40? Lauren Savant talks about her upcoming birthday. But first, a college that teaches you to grow pot? Well, that's what I call higher learning, says a very tired Conan writer. They'd cash in a full year for a better rear. I speak of a British survey which finds that nearly 1/3 of young women would trade a year of their lives for a perfect body. The average age of those polled was 25, which according to researchers means they're really shallow. Now, actually, they say, quote, that body image is an issue for all women, not just adolescent girls, as is often thought. Among the rest of the findings, 79% want to lose weight, 93% have recent negative thoughts about their body, and the remaining 7% think I'm awesome. Coincidence? Dream on. Anyway, I like the way these Brits think, so let's discuss this in
Lightning round. Lightning round.
So, Mick, you're on your, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to prove that those Christy Canyon texts exist.
So if I ask you a question now about the lightning round, you probably won't answer it?
Yes.
Okay.
She said, oh, you know what? I asked her if she would contribute to my number 10 for Rain campaign, and she said, yes, I will. Oh, there's a picture of her child there.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right, now, you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to do the lightning round.
All right, let's go. Okay.
We're going to do the lightning
You asked
round.
me what I was doing, Greg. Come on.
I was hoping he was Google searching who the hell I was.
Yeah, it's just like you found another Chris Barron. What was the question? I'm going to go to you, Lauren. All right. How many years did you give up to look this good?
Oh my God, like the rest of them? Like just 1 year? 1 year to not
Would you do that?
be bitter and hungry all the time. Yeah.
But see, I think this is because if you ask young people, that's what they're going to say. But Chris, when you get older,
What are you saying, that I'm not a young person?
No, but I'm saying you are a young person. That's why you're saying it. But when you get to be my age, every year counts. Every year counts as you look at the maw of death that gaping maw of death, that blackness that awaits you.
Isn't that a wrestling
Greg,
hold? The
Greg.
gaping maw of
Maw of
death?
death.
It should be. I like it.
Greg, what would you give to have his body?
$75.
An hour.
We agreed to that price.
Really?
Yes.
I think that was with the other Chris Barron.
Yes, it was. It was. All right, I'll add a 0 to it. Chris, you are in good shape. Would you give up your ripped torso for more years?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No. And by the way, these women who'd give up a year of their life, how about give up an hour of their day and go to the gym?
Oh, it's so easy to say for you, Mr. Six-Pack.
You ever hear of a sluggish metabolism, Chris?
That's all it takes, an hour in the gym.
Sluggish.
Bill, you would trade a year of your life just to have a normal life.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I've already taken years off. I've got nothing in return but
Yes.
a lack of brain cells and a really runny nose. I will say that we got to take into account the fact that this was a British study. So they've got kind of slightly different standards when it comes to the perfect body. For them, it's just like a slight tan and less of a beer gut. That's all they're talking about.
They have the greatest straight hair. British women always have great straight hair. I don't know why.
Because they don't wash it.
No, that's not true.
I read that somewhere.
You probably did. You probably read it in your journal.
I did, in my dream journal.
right,
It was
we'll
an
move on.
amazing dream that
All right, get this. On
British people.
a dig in the Czech Republic, archaeologists believe they may have unearthed the remains of the first gay caveman, or I like to call it Gave Man. They're reasoning that the man was buried facing eastward and surrounded by domestic jugs, a ritual previously only seen in female graves. Chris, I go to you.
Well, that's shocking.
I know. Do you think it was hard being a gave man?
Probably.
Yes.
Probably. By the way, I don't actually think that this caveman was gay. I think that the person who buried him was gay and thought he was bored of doing it the same way, needed to accessorize.
He was thinking about the feng shui. The
Right.
feng shui of the burial, and so he came up with that. Mick, what do you make of this? Do you think this is real or just a way to get press attention for this dig?
It's hard to refute that kind of evidence. The evidence doesn't lie. Especially archaeological evidence. I mean, nobody tampered with it. It's been there for 5,000 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Lauren, what if the scientist's gavedar isn't very good? I mean, how can he tell? How can we trust him?
Well, is jugs a euphemism? What kind of jugs were found?
There were actual jugs.
Actual
Yes.
jugs.
Yes.
They were literal boulder holders. That's what they were.
I don't even know anymore. Bill?
As opposed to the
Yes.
Right.
over-the-shoulder.
Victoria's Secret
folder,
variety.
yes.
Correct.
I'm going to move on to the medical marijuana story. Well, users in Maine have founded a school called Marijuana State University. It's a 3-hour class, actually, open to the public that teaches students how to grow pot plants. Lauren, as a drug dealer, this must be somewhat threatening to you to see people educating themselves on growing their own.
First of all, I'm a pharmacist. I don't like that term. Second of all, Greg, this class came about because they said there is such a high demand for medical marijuana and
Yes.
not enough supply.
Yeah.
And maybe we should be looking at why so many people have glaucoma.
Yes,
true. That is
actually.
true.
It's
That is true.
epidemic.
Chris, no matter how valuable this class is, if you take it, no one's going to take you seriously. You can't
No.
tell people you're at Marijuana State.
No. I want to know what their mascot is.
Yeah.
The sloths, a bag of chips, pizza.
Check Smith.
I checked the syllabus online, by the way. It's a 1-hour class with 4 snack breaks.
Fantastic. Mick, would you be proud if one of your kids got accepted to Marijuana State?
I'd be proud if they got accepted anywhere at this point, as long as there's some type of scholarship involved. I've got 4 kids. And,
Yeah, it's tough, huh?
it's a tough time to have 4 children going to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're really bringing this segment down.
Sometimes I think it just ended it all.
It's like, you know what? I don't know why I ever had kids. You know, they say they're bundles of joy, but they're ripping me apart.
You shouldn't have 4 kids if you can't afford it,
Grace
Greg.
Potter. Okay?
You can't talk about Grace Potter. Bill, is this why marijuana will never be legal? Because whenever you talk about marijuana, it becomes a punchline.
It does, but that's not marijuana's fault. That's our small brains, Greg. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Society.
Yeah, society.
It's society's fault.
Yeah.
I should teach Society 101 at
know
this
what?
wonderful institution.
It's this country's fault.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
always America's fault. It's always America's fault.
America's on trial.
America's
Yes.
on trial
There
here.
should be a march.
There should be a march.
I find you guilty.
They're not
America.
even showing up for jury duty.
Thank
They
you.
don't care.
Thank you.
They don't care. All right.
Illegally.
Where are we? It's time for another break. So stay right there as I try to figure out what we're going to do next. I don't know. So last night I told you how much I enjoy a good rutabaga, and I do, but I also love charity. So let's get to my latest piece of art. This is called Volleyball Vixen from Planet Horn. It's based on someone I met a long time ago. I'd rather not discuss it. I mean, it was a long, long time ago. She ruined my life. I had to quit my job in Sparks and leave town, and I loved working at Circuit City. Anyway, get this. We got a whopping $1,000 bid from John Kavanaugh for that piece of art, that thing, from Chicago, Illinois, who adds, "You are awesome," and he is correct. Now, a student in business school named Chuck offered to send me a textbook in exchange for a drawing. Did I mention this guy's in business school? Chuck, textbooks don't feed kids, you big goof. Also, drop out of biz school. Clearly, it's not helping you. Okay, now the rest of you have till Friday to beat the bid of $1,000. So email your offer to redeye@foxnews.com to be considered. And as you know, all the money goes this week goes to TAPS, a nonprofit group that provides grief counseling and support programs to families of fallen soldiers. You can go to taps.org to learn more about the organization. And let's not forget the real message. It's not about charity. It's about cops letting me go if I ever get pulled over for something.